Good morning, Gogglefrogs.
Good morning, Gogglefrogs.
How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you very much. Yes. So this is your Saturday morning version of Gogglefrogs. So hopefully you've got a cuppa. And you don't need a branded mug, but we have. Do you know what? Mine looks really yellow.
It does.
Luminous, doesn't it? I love that. Hopefully you've got some wool of something, and this is going to be cast on the Chigu needles when they arrive. So hopefully Mr. Posty Roasty will be delivering those today. Thank you ever so much, Jackie, for lending me your Chigu. So I'm going to have a go at those. But I do have a little bit of knitting ready to go. So just sit back, relax, and be ready for me. I'm Angela, and this is my lovely friend and co-host, Robert.
Hello. So we set up Gogglefrogs 28-ish weeks ago now.
I think about 28. It's probably going to be about 29 or something, but 6 months ago.
27 weeks ago. And this is episode 125.
125.
I know. And we are completely blown away by how big it's gotten. It's bigger than we ever imagined it would be. When we started it, we didn't have any idea that we'd end up with branded merchandise, let alone be doing our own range of wool as well. So sit back, relax. We're with you for about an hour. We will show what everybody's up to on the Facebook page. That's Gogglefrogs Knit and Natter. So do post your current projects in there, and it is Show It Off Saturday. If you've finished anything this week, do let us know. We will sit and talk for ages and ages and ages, because that's what we do. Those of you who knew us before Gogglefrogs will know that as well. We are very, very good friends. And there is a chat box for you to join in as well. It's a one-way system, so you can see us, but we can't see you. So you could be sat there in the all together, and we really wouldn't know. But whatever you post in the chat, we will read out for the purposes of the replay. So let's start some hellos. So hello to everybody on replay.
Hello.
And hello to everybody watching on YouTube at some point in the future. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for deciding to watch our video. And then in the live show today, we have Trisha. Hi, Trisha.
Hello.
We have Louise. Hi, Louise.
Hello.
We have Lindy. Hi, Lindy.
Hello.
We have Linda Phillips. Hi, Linda.
Morning.
We have Judy. Hi, Judy.
Hello.
We have Georgie. Hi, Georgie.
Hello.
We have Deborah. Hi, Deborah.
Hello.
We have Dawn. Hi, Dawn. And we have Brigitte. Hello, Brigitte. So do let us know what you're up to on this lovely Saturday morning, what your plans are for the weekend. Do let us know what you've been up to for the last few days, because we have been here since Wednesday evening as well. So let's catch up with some chat. Brigitte has said, good morning, episode 125.
Isn't that amazing?
I know.
What comes into your mind when you say 125? I know what's in my mind.
I have no idea.
It might be an age thing.
Okay, you've got to share it now.
I was just giving so everybody a couple of seconds to think about it, but whenever I think of 125, I remember, oh my word, can you remember when the 125 train came out? A train that could go 125 miles an hour.
No idea.
And also we used to have holidays that were called Golden Rail. So you could actually book your holiday, and all of your rail travel was included as well. So I can remember a few years going from Leeds to the Isle of Wight by train. So and then we stayed in a hotel for a couple of weeks, and then we went home. So 125 to me always is what was it? I can't remember. It was a special train, but 125.
Okay. So thank you, Brigitte. We can always rely on you for telling us what episode number it is.
Absolutely.
Lindy says, good morning, everybody. Deborah says, Linda says morning. Trisha says morning all. Judy says morning, just finishing ironing. Sorry, rude, I know, but I can hear you. No, you're welcome. We don't say you have to focus on us or knit for the hour that we're on the show. You do whatever you want to.
I'm just thinking that I've got a little pile of ironing as well that I thought about doing before Goggles, but I didn't.
People do whatever they want to. Some people work, some people just sit and listen rather than knit. So it really depends on what you're in the mood for.
Yeah.
Dawn says, good morning all. Hope everyone is tickety-boo this sunny morning. Georgie says, morning, lovely to see you. Louise says, good morning, everybody. Brigitte says, I am missing myself leg warmers as new short welly boots are chafing the old skin on my legs.
Oh.
Dawn says, so doing ironing, house is still a tip. Adrian painting ceilings, ready for the electrician on Monday. Oh dear. So how have the last few days been for you?
Yeah, lovely, thank you. Yeah.
Good. Done anything exciting?
No, I don't think so. I don't really think we've been out anywhere. I've made my pickle lily. I think I've made that the other day, hadn't I? Or had I? I don't know. So I've made.
That was Wednesday evening. You've been doing that all day Wednesday.
Yeah, and then on Thursday? Thursday. I peeled 2 big bags of onions. Put them in my slow cooker. It wasn't turned on, can I just add. Covered them totally in salt until yesterday afternoon. And then I made my pickle in vinegar and I've put them all in jars. So I now have, I think, 6 jars of pickled onions and pickled shallots. So yeah, that's what I've been doing, making sure my pickles are right. And then I thought, got 1 kiln jar left. What do I do? What can I pickle? What can I stick in here? So I'm going to be on the hunt for more recipes, but I may actually go out foraging this afternoon and see if there's any blackberries anywhere. It's a bit late in the season, but we'll see if there's anything out there. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. What about you? What have you been doing the last 2 days? I don't think you've been making any pickles, have you?
No. So I was working Thursday late, and that's when we last saw each other. And then yesterday I went on a training course in Brackley. And then, just working, really. Still loving it, still enjoying it. So it's been 4 weeks already.
Can't believe it's 4 weeks.
It's just flown by.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. So, I think today we should show them we should share the funny story about me picking you up the other morning.
Oh, yeah.
Should we do that after the music and just, or do you want to say it now? I don't know.
No, let's do it after the music.
I think there's... Yeah.
So that was just for Brigitte. And yes, because there's been lots of talk this week on various knitting chats that I've been following about events being cancelled. So Ali Pali was cancelled. We made the decision a few weeks ago to cancel Sheringham as we know it. But I remember being at one Sheringham when that tune came on, Brigitte just got up and started dancing, totally out of character. So there we go.
So Brigitte, please tell us, were you dancing around your living room? So to that, because I know that Brigitte does get up and have the odd dance every so often. So I hope you really enjoyed that. That's great. Oh, right, let me finish that row. There's been a question about what on earth am I knitting. I'll show you. I'm doing fingers. I'll show you. It's interesting. Doing these fingers. I haven't done any knitting for a few days, but never mind. So we said that we're going to share a little story with you, and we'll share that now. So
I must just say before we start this story, I just so love you for even contemplating doing this for me.
No, no, don't, because you've done lots and lots and lots for me and for anyone who knows Robert knows that he's just so lovely to everybody. So, we were going to be meeting up for lunch last week, and suddenly he said, "Yeah, I'll finish at 11." I thought, oh, it must be that this is the morning, like tomorrow morning is the day that Robert starts at 3 a.m. in the morning. So. And I know he was going to walk, so I'll put my alarm on and I'll make sure I get up and I'll drive to his house. So I'm waiting for him. I'll send him a message and I'm waiting for him to take him to work. So anyway, put my alarm on for 2 o'clock. I thought, all I have to do is throw clothes on. It is the middle of the night and I'm going back to bed straight after. So anyway, I woke up at 1:30 just thinking, oh, in case I'm late. So then at 2 o'clock, because I didn't dare text him or message him the night before because I thought they'd gone to bed now. So anyway, jumped in the car. I'd messaged him and I thought, oh, he hasn't replied. He's probably in the shower or just finishing up. And I pulled up about, I don't know, 20 past. And I thought the house is in total darkness. He couldn't have set off. So no, I sent him another message on Messenger Facebook because he doesn't hear that during the night. But if I text him during the night, he would wake that up. And I thought, never mind, I'll send him another message and just say, I'm outside, thinking, is he just in the rooms at the back of the house? So anyway, it then got to about 20 to 3. And I thought, there's something gone wrong here. And I thought, and then I thought, what if he slept in? He hasn't been there very long. What if he slept in for his 3 o'clock start? Should I text him? I thought I can't text him because my messages will wake him up. They'll not only wake me up, they'll wake Gary up. Not only Gary up, they'll wake the 2 boys up. And the 2 boys, if they're woken up, they'll just think it's food time anyway. So in the end, I drove home and sent him a message saying, I'm going home now, but just in case you've slept in, message me and I can jump out of bed again and take you there. That 3 a.m. start is next week. So it's a week early. Most times it's been a week early. But yeah, I was sat outside just thinking, there is nobody out. There isn't a light on anywhere, but never mind.
But I so love you for doing that for me. I really, really do.
If I'm down here, I will put my alarm on again and come and collect you, but I don't quite know if I'm going to be in Leeds or not. What a thought was there?
You can't, though, can you? Even if you are down here, you can't because of the thing that I was talking about before we started.
Oh, yes, okay, yeah, I can't, so never mind.
Right. So the reason why I've got to be in at 3 o'clock is because it's promo change and I want to see my pickers because they start at 4 o'clock in the morning, and when I walk in at 5 or 6, they're in the middle of picking, and I just want to see them get started for the day as well. So that's why I don't have to do it very often. Normally, I get a 5 o'clock start once every 2 weeks, but I volunteered to do a 3 o'clock start so I could see lots and lots happening. There we go. Right. There we go. Let's catch up on the chat because we haven't done anything since. So Deborah says, glad to be back home with better Wi-Fi, but really enjoyed our little trip away to Suffolk in our camper van. Lots of work to do.
Love the pictures.
As need to give the van a good clean and sort out everything. That's the only disadvantage of going away, isn't it? It's all the prep before you go, and then it's all the I've come back.
Yeah, it is.
So, and I've got, when I come back from Edinburgh, I think we get home at something like 6, 7 o'clock at night, and I've got to be at work for 8 o'clock the next morning. Yeah, didn't plan that very well, did I?
Pick you up.
Deborah says, another Yorkshire Yarn Fest today over on Instagram if anybody wants any yarn goodies. I like the way you put needs/wants. I'm sure none of us wants any more yarn, but we all need more yarn. Georgie says, oh my God, where has 4 weeks gone? So glad you're still enjoying your job, Robert. Thank you. Linda, someone else I saw live at Wembley back in the 80s. Ooh.
Wow.
Trisha says, are those needles big enough, Robert? I don't think so.
Oh.
I think they could be a bit bigger. Deborah says, the lovely Whitney. Lindy says, at Robert, those needles, what are you working on them? I find such large ones tiring on my hands. Yes, I do find them quite tiring as well. However, this is something that I started months ago. I've just found it at the bottom of my knitting bag because I'm trying to clear it out a little bit. And it's the Sirdar, not the Bohemian. I've forgotten what this was called, but this was a gift from Dawn. And I did start it months ago, but it does knit up so quickly because it is just 11 stitches, stocking stitch,
wow.
and it does knit so quick. So whilst, yes, it's tiring, it's, for me, it's probably an hour and a half to make the thing, so not long at all. Georgie says, love that, it's one of my favourites. Brigitte says, please don't remind me of how quickly time goes. I am panicking, I'm running out. We're running out of, no, you've got lots of time, Brigitte. And then she says, I did that just now, dancing around the living room, but pulled a muscle. I should know better.
You're fine, you can go into the kitchen.
Dawn says she got thrown out, but she's back. Deborah says, at Angela, really enjoying knitting the knit night shawl using my Gogglefrogs yarn, which is gorgeous. Lockdown yarn, which is gorgeous. Good. Do show us pictures. The lockdown, that was the pinky red one, wasn't it?
Yes.
The white blue face Leicester.
For the weather. For the weather.
Yes. What is the difference between white blue face Leicester and blue faced Leicester?
No idea.
Because we thought we were just getting blue faced, didn't we? But we ended up with white blue faced.
Yeah.
Okay. If you know what the difference is, please do tell us.
I will make a phone call in a little while, but our wonderful person that we work with has gone on holiday, so I'm not going to interrupt our lovely person.
Lindy says, at Angela Bailey, good trial run for next time. What we do for our friends. Lovely story. It was a very, very lovely story. And when I woke up at 5 o'clock and saw the messages, I was completely blown away at the fact that you'd even contemplated doing it for me. So thank you.
What was funnier at that moment in time, was, I can't believe you've done all this, and I just went, it's fine, because I was tired. So you've got to be awake to, and that's why I don't do messages when I'm a little bit blurry.
I should probably explain here. So I have a do not disturb mode on my phone. So, and this is a historic thing, because when I worked for B&Q and Homebase, I was just constantly getting messages through the night. It would wake Gary up. So we put do not disturb on my phone between the hours of 9 and 6 at night. The exception to that is if Gary rings, or my mum rings, or Gary's mum rings, or Angela rings or texts, it wakes me up. Anything else, news, chat, messenger, Facebook, it all just do not disturb. So that's why she was using Messenger, because she knew that wouldn't wake me up rather than
unless he was already awake.
Yeah. Brigitte says, Angela, is your mug blue and yellow, or is it the light?
It's the light.
It's the light.
Yeah, because I'm not right in front of the windows, and it's quite dark at the back of the room. Yeah, it
is black. I promise. Yeah, and the other one is black as well.
Yeah.
Yes, I've been greedy. So I had a cup of tea in that one, which anybody who knows me, it takes me about 5 minutes to drink a cup of tea, and now this is a cup of milk. Georgie says, you're so lovely, Angela. Well, Angela does so much for me, more than she thinks she knows, and that's what good friends do. You just do things for each other without even thinking about it, don't you?
Yeah.
Deborah says, at Robert, that's very true. Dawn says, that looks lovely, Robert. Thank you, Dawn. It was the yarn that you gifted to me. Georgie says, that's harsh, Robert, having to go back to work the next morning, sending you a hug. Huh?
When you're after your holiday.
Oh, it's my fault though. It's completely my fault because Gary's mum needs to go to Hull during the week because it's cheaper and there's nobody to take her. So I said I would take her, but to do that, I've got to work the Sunday. So it's my fault. But there we go. And she needs to go and see her brother because she's not seen him for over a year. So then she says, "That's a tongue twister. White, blue-faced Leicester." Yes, it is. Yeah, you have to really think about what you're saying before you say it. So Lindy says, "Blue face is the sheep breed. White blue face is the colour of the fleece, i.e. yarn." So does that mean it's the same thing then?
I would say that probably some blue-faced Leicester is a different colour. And you know, when I think we're going to find this when we go and see how wool is graded and stuff like that at our retreat, that there will be certain blue-faced Leicesters that we don't actually use for wool that we didn't realise. We probably only use the white one for wool.
Okay.
I'm still fascinated about why we don't use every bit of wool for wool.
I know.
But it's all to do with the length and the width and yeah. So of the, you know what I mean, the fibres, etc.
Before we go, we should talk to a mutual friend of ours who's a spinner and see if there is the opportunity to buy anything while we're there. If she wants us to get some.
Yes, most probably. Although I do believe that they don't actually buy or sell anything, and even in the it's.
I know, but they might make.
I know. We can see if there's any offcuts that somebody would like. Tuppence ni for. It's not going to earn a penny. So I just think it's going to be fascinating. But yeah, that would be really good to see. And if not, they will certainly know a place where we can source it from, won't they?
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's going to be nothing for this. So if you get in touch with them, it's interesting. There is one, and I know I've talked about them before. I'm going to have to find them, but they have where's my phone gone? Oh, it's here. I'll try and find it because there's normally a bit of a message every so often. They created a yarn called Ram Jam, and it's made of all the wool from their flock of sheep that would not normally make wool. So it's like blacks, different shades of grey. It's not a pale colour, but that was so they could use more fleeces. And I will see if I know them. Sorry, I think Robert's once seen my emails, and I have thousands in here. I don't know, but I'll have a look and I'll share it in the group.
I have a heart attack every time you connect your phone to the car and I see how many unread emails you have and voicemails.
That's how many people. So I just prioritize people. You should feel really, really, really like amazed at yourself that I prioritize certain people. I just flick through. Yeah, I'll listen to that one. Yeah, I'll look at that one. It's the way I've always been.
Deborah says, blue-faced Leicester yarn is lovely to knit with. I knit mostly shawls with merino winter. I'm enjoying the more woolly texture and think the shawl will be lovely when it's finished.
I always think blue-faced Leicester's got a beautiful bounce to it, hasn't it? It's real. I just think it's the epitome of British wool. I've always loved it. I don't know why. And even when I remember, Robert, we did a little afternoon at our local yarn shop, and a few of us went along, and it was sponsored by a magazine, and we were all going to knit a swatch with different wools and just how they knit up, and we all had different wools. And I remember I started knitting with West Yorkshire spinners, and it was amazing when we felt the swatch, how many people around the table said that one's scratchy, but it's pure wool. And I think Brigitte has mentioned, and other people have mentioned, when you put them on the skin, that sometimes the wool has to warm up to body temperature, and then the scratchiness goes away. So it's really quite weird. But I love West Yorkshire spinners stuff as well. But it's not as silky drapey as some, because it is that beautiful wool. But we use them for different things, don't we? So you sometimes want to have real structure or bounce to a garment, and sometimes you want it to be floaty and drapey. So it's just about using different wools. But
Lindy says the bounce comes from the amount of crimp in the staple. No idea what that means. The basic length of the lock of the fleece. The fleece is a fascinating topic. Yes, I'm so looking forward to hearing lots of stuff about it when we go. And then Tricia says Ramjam is from Daughter of the Shepherd.
Thank you very much. Yes, Daughter of a Shepherd. I knew it was one of them. And I think that's great that they're trying to promote wools that we wouldn't normally use. But hey, for a lot of the things that unless it is for a beautiful, drapey, silky item of clothing, or a shawl, why wouldn't we use something that is using bits of the fleece that we wouldn't normally use? I think it'll be fabulous. So at some point I am going to invest in some, but you know me, I haven't used 10 yet. So once I've used 10, 20 or 30 yarns, that means I can go out there and buy 3. So I've got a lot of
I don't believe you. I really don't believe you.
I went to the local yarn shop the other day and just bought a pair of needles. Half the reason for that was because there was a gate at the door, and because I said I wanted needles, I couldn't go in and look around. So yeah.
Yeah, I think once you're allowed back into said wool shop, completely different story.
Maybe. Yeah. But
I bet if we were to, I know we can't today, but if I was to say to you, Angela, I'm free this afternoon, are you free? And you said yes, and I said, right, let's go over to Freya's, you would spend a fortune. Wouldn't you?
But you're not going to say that, are you?
Well, I can't say that, can I?
That's good. So I can. I don't know. I've got. Do you know what? I've got so much that I want to do with wools that are in my garage, all over. That I am trying to do really good, and I'm really, really pleased that this. It just looks like a weird thing at the moment, but this will be lovely. And this is out of stash. I think I bought this 2 years ago, so it's brilliant. But I am seriously playing yarn chicken, so I may have to modify it slightly. I don't know. I might even have to go out and buy another wool. So that's maybe why I need Freya, to be able to take this and perfectly match it alongside another wool that's there hanging up. But I don't know what I'd edge it with. So I'm not going to be able to do this.
I think when I go to Edinburgh, I've put on my to-buy list is a comb from the Edinburgh tartan mill.
Oh!
Because last time I wanted some and I wasn't allowed it.
You're not?
As we're not going for Fringe this time, I think I will make a point of going in, and Gary can wander around in another shop while I go shopping.
It's so lovely up there, isn't it? It's just so lovely.
Yeah. Really looking forward to doing some of the stuff that we've not been able to do before because of the Fringe.
It's always strange, isn't it, that you go to a city so many times and you don't actually see a lot in the city. So you'd probably be there thinking, well, what we're going to do now? But it's beautiful. There's always so much to find, so much to do. I used to go to a fabulous Italian restaurant. I can't remember the name of it now. I'll try and ask my friend, but it was a traditional Italian restaurant that just did amazing stuff. And I remember that was the first place that I ever had a flat peach, and this is going back 25 years, 20 years. So it was flat peach, and it was just amazing. Yeah.
Louise says there was an interesting piece on British Wool at the end of Women's Hour yesterday.
Was there? Oh.
And then Judy says, "All refascinating fleece. You could dare to open my stash cupboard. I've got at least one big bag of different fleeces."
I have no fleeces left. They have all gone because I was never going to spin them. Never. And nobody wanted them. They were, what were they? Alpacas, weren't they?
Yeah.
They were brown alpaca fleeces, but again, they were, one of them was a fleece that no one would bother to spin, commercially anyway. So it would have been nice to do something, but I wasn't about to start spinning as well. I just can't do that. So yeah.
Linda says the Witchery is a restaurant recommended to me for my next visit to Edinburgh. Oh, the Witchery. I've heard of that.
Yeah, I have, but I don't know why.
I think I've passed it a couple of times. I think Gary will be put off by the name.
Really?
Yeah. But I'll TripAdvisor it and see what the reviews are, and maybe that will convince him. Deborah says, Angela, talking of yarn diets, I'm afraid I broke mine the other day after I finished my Fair Isle cap. I know I want to knit another one, so needed some more Jameson's yarns. Well, that's all right, because you finished something and you really enjoyed it enough to be able to say, I'm going to do another one, which is fine. That's a valid reason for breaking the yarn diet.
Sorry, my phone's just touched the handy thing. Yeah, that's totally allowed.
Yeah, definitely. Can I just say, I'm loving, I'm sorry, going completely off topic here. I'm loving iOS 14, the latest Apple update. It's amazing. It does amazing things to your phone. Angela, you can't do it yet, and I've told you why. You need to be able to come here and do it because of how long it's going to take to do it with your broadband.
My broadband's got enough download of 30 megabytes now.
It will take hours to do it on yours, I promise. And you need to back it up first. Anyway, I'm loving it because, look, big icons. And this morning, as I put my playlist on in the shower, I found out, Dawn, if you're watching, you're going to love this. No, it's not going to do it now. It puts the lyrics on. So yeah, I love that. On if it knows the song, it puts the lyrics on it automatically now, which is amazing.
Can I just say that's one of the reasons why I can't do the theatre, because when they sing what I think should be spoken, I can't make out what they're trying to say. So if I went to the theatre, I would have to have that on silent so I could actually read the words. I just don't. I can't hear them. I know it's partly to do with my hearing, but yes, just one of those things as well. So that's actually quite good, really good for people who struggle to hear certain things.
Or people who sing the wrong lyrics every single time.
Yeah, as all of us have done for years and years and years.
Absolutely.
Then when we hear the right ones, we say, "Oh, it makes sense. It makes sense now. No longer a riddle."
I know. Oh dear. Right, Deborah is saying, if you want a really good Scottish breakfast in Edinburgh, I'd recommend the City Restaurant. Really, just a diner. We've been going there for about 14 years, and it's always great. I think that's the one that we go to, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so. There's although this time we've got breakfast in the hotel. Although if it's not any good, we'll skip it. But yeah, I think that's the one we've been going to. It's the City Restaurant.
Sorry, I think somebody asked. I think I did see it in the chat that somebody asked what I was working on. So it is this.
Oh yeah. You see Facebook as well.
So it's, yeah, we'll get ready for that. So that's the front of it, and there's 4 fingers that you've then got to press the back, and then this is the. So you have 60 stitches, and then you have to take 10 of them off at a time and knit the 20 odd. Then put it on like a stitch marker, and then I'm doing the second 10, and then I've got those to finish do the 10, but it will eventually end up as a shawl that knits over with all of those finger things, and then there'll be another bit at the bottom. But the other bit at the bottom, I am so yarn chickenish. I really don't know how much I can put below. So I may have to do something and then do a background bit in a different colour. So I'm thinking it might look quite nice if I find that blue. Or maybe I'll just have a look in my stash and see if I've got anything that I could use at all. So I can use a pink, a pale peach, cream, brown, or that bluey colour.
Can you not just see if you can get more of the yarn?
I've looked everywhere.
Really?
Yeah, if you can find any, please. If anyone has, it's Noema. And it's shade 10.
So it's a Louisa Harding, isn't it?
Louisa Harding, Noema. So that's what it looks like. And I've looked. If anyone has any in their stash, please let me know, because we all end up with things like this in our stash. But I've got 2 balls about that big left. So yarn chipping time. But hey, you know what? In the good old days, if you ran out of something, you just improvised, didn't you? So with all of those balls of wool out there, I've got something that I can use. I really have. It's just a shame. But I was determined to use up stash rather than going out and buying new stuff. Do you want me to have a look at Facebook then, Robert?
Yeah, would you mind?
No, that's absolutely fine. So I'm just going to refresh in case there's been anything else going here in the last few minutes. Robert is the sourcing expert. So Robert is currently looking to see if there is anything out there. Yeah. So I will go in and share that now.
I think I found it.
Where?
eBay.
I looked on eBay the other day and I couldn't find any in the 10. Right, okay. Oh, Dawn says, have temporarily parked close to you, back on another playful shawl in pink and grey, very relaxing. I'm loving those colours, really, really loving those colours. So that says to me, Dawn, that close to you is one of those that you have to think a little bit about, but your playful shawls just look gorgeous every time you do them. So lovely, lovely colours. Thank you for posting. Deborah says she couldn't resist taking this pic of this lovely beach hut, aptly named for us knitters at Southwold in Suffolk. The coloured beach huts are gorgeous, but apparently can sell for as much as a small house. They're just ridiculous, aren't they? Although they are very nice. And if you can see on that, it is called Spun Yarns. These are beautiful, absolutely beautiful beach huts. I know when I go over to Belgium, they tend to be just white ones, not painted, because they take them away at the end of every season and then put them back out again. But yeah, and Louise, you finished the gloves that you frogged a few weeks ago, and they match now. They look gorgeous. And the fact is, I didn't realise there was a pattern on the inside of the palm as well. They're gorgeous. So well done and thank you. And Judy says, oh, finished at last. This sweater is knitted from your aunt's spin sample. She's 93 and can't see to knit anymore, so passed her spinning to me. This is your third such knit this year, but I'm weary of working out how to put a mix of colours and textures together. Still, this should cheer up the winter. And yes, the previous two knit were for her. Haven't hogged it all for myself. That's gorgeous. I absolutely love the colours. And whatever you're doing, Judy, putting the colours and the blends together is working perfectly. So it looks gorgeous to me. And I'm sure everyone else agrees with that as well.
It does. It looks stunning.
This for Georgie. Thank you for posting things like this. Dot Pebbles. It's just gorgeous. I think I'm going to have a go at something like that. How cute is that? So thank you for posting. Linda said she started her King Coldfield shawl, and this just happened. It gave her a giggle at just the right moment. That is, do you know what? It's so hilarious, isn't it, that they get, oops, let me go back, that they get caught up in our wool. So that's absolutely lovely. And thank you for sharing the little frog. And good luck with the fiord. It feels absolutely beautiful. So do post pics of it as well. Can't wait to see how yours goes. And Donna posted this about her cat. I did see Donna briefly yesterday as well at the Knit and Natter. I just popped in for 20 minutes. And yeah, the cat is pogging. Like, no, you give attention to me, not to your knitting. Do yours ever do that to you, Robert?
No. Yeah, well, they do. To be fair, I mean, Tofi doesn't come over and budge my knitting out of me, but he'll come and sit next to me, so it makes it more awkward. But Bex does come and just decide that it's time for a cuddle. But I know when to give in to him, and he knows when to give in to me.
Oh,
so
that's cute. And then on to Marion's. Just finished just the buttons to put on for her aunt's cardigan. That is just amazing. I can't believe how quickly Marion knits things. It's just out. Wow. She said that it was knitting up quickly because it was slightly bigger needles, but that is so detailed. It's very plain, but I just love how everything works so perfectly.
I wonder what the world record is for the quickest knitter.
I don't know, but I think she should have a go.
Yeah, definitely.
There is a lady. She's actually held the world's fastest knitting for years and years and years. And it's just, I don't know her name. So if anybody knows her name, please put in the chat, put in the Gogglefrogs group as well. But it's quite amazing how quickly she knits. Yeah. Judy said, oh, she visited Freya's last week. She's in a new unit and there are lots of wonderful goodies there. Resisted the chance to buy the hurdy-gurdy kit. What's a hurdy-gurdy kit? I don't know. Even I've never played one and wouldn't put it together properly. The yarns and fleece were tempting though, and there are plenty of buttons and other haberdashery. So it's really nice to know that there is a place in our world where you can go and not only get nice yarn, but you can get like buttons and other things. Does she do material?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, so I didn't know if she did, so I don't think she does, but everything else. So that's nice to know that you can get lots and lots and lots of other things there. Fabulous. Louise had put this in on Wednesday, close to you, Shawl in Gogglefrogs interlude. That's the one that you absolutely love as well, Robert, isn't it? And I do think that the colours come out so lovely. They really do. And Donna, we showed that the other day as well. So I think we're, oh, did we show that? I don't think we did. That's another pattern from Diana Knits. Free for only a few more hours, so it's probably a chargeable now, but that is a beautiful item of clothing. I think that would look lovely. You know, over the winter months when you have, when you've got like a t-shirt type thing on and jeans on, and you just want something a little bit warmer on top, but not too warm. I think that would be beautiful. So that's gorgeous. Thank you for posting that, Georgie. And then we saw the tripod from last week. We saw that from last week. So I think we've got everything now. I think we've caught up.
Okay.
So thank you.
Right. Anne says, Angela, what colour is it? I've just found it on eBay too. So it's Louisa Harding Naomo shade 10, you said, didn't you? Yeah.
10. Yeah.
Louise says, I would agree about that, close to you. I struggled with it to start, but I'm going to persevere. Dawn says, Angela, brain is a bit frazzled at the moment. Playful is one that I can just knit without having to refer to the pattern. Yeah.
And we all need those, don't we? We just need to chill and relax.
Trisha's just said, what shade was it? So it's shade 10. Lindy says, another good session. Thanks. Just off to join the Birmingham Zoom meeting. Catch you all next week. Bye, Lindy. Trisha says, Hazel Tyndall is the world's fastest knitter.
Yeah, she's
Judy says, Freya did have some material, but not a lot. A hurdy-gurdy is an old folk instrument. She had a number of wooden kits, different things. Yeah.
Oh, really?
And then Deborah says Hazel Tyndall was an amazing Fair Isle knitter. I wonder what the speed. Excuse me. I wonder what the speed is. Hazel Tyndall knitting.
I was just going to see if I could share it. Not the video, because we don't know about the videos whether we can, but I'm on Hazel Tyndall's website, so let me just try and share this with
240 you. Stitches in 3 minutes. I reckon Marianne could do that.
I can't get my head around it. I probably do 20, something like that, if I actually did an average.
I reckon if it was all cast on, Marianne could do 240 stitches in 3 minutes. Oh, bye, Angela. I don't know what's going on, folks. I've been kicked out. Angela's now been kicked out. Hey ho. Judy says, lovely session. Thank you. Got to go off to a Weavers, Spinners and Dyers meeting. Bye. Have a lovely weekend, Judy. So we are. Oh, are you coming back?
Yeah,
You're coming back.
I'm not going to share the screen. I don't know what's happened, but I'll leave it.
It's interesting because I got kicked out while you were doing Facebook.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But it came up and said it was my internet.
Oh, I don't know. So
anyway, what you up to this weekend?
I think we may be going back to Leeds tomorrow. So
okay.
Come up there, spend a couple of days or so up there, and then come back. And after this, I'm not too sure if the Queen's Head in Wing has got their morning coffee, because last week it was so lovely that I may take my mum there. So I'm just going on to their Facebook group. Yes! The lady makes all of this fresh. So absolutely amazing. So I am going to treat my mum and Alan if you'd like to come along as well. And we're going to fly up there and have coffee, and whoever can have croissants as well. But they're all freshly made by hand, and I have to say, I know I shouldn't eat gluten, but I did last week. And whilst my stomach thought that I was being punched in the stomach, it was worth every mouthful. It really, really was worth every mouthful. So I had an almond croissant, and it was the best I've ever tasted. So lovely.
Good.
Well, you see, if I was world's fastest knitter, I could get another 300 and odd stitches done. Could do a whole finger in practically 3 minutes, but I'm not the world's fastest knitter, am I?
No.
So I'll do a couple. So I'll take it from that nobody managed to find the shade 10 that I'm looking for on eBay.
I'm going to carry on looking after we've finished.
Thank you. If anybody can find it, it's lovely. I went on to Ravelry and I looked through people's stash, and ones who have got it in the stash said that it's not to sell, it's in their stash. So yeah, if anyone can see any, let me know.
Where did you get it from?
Spotted Sheep.
And
I took the last ones, and then I found one extra. So I thought I may have had an extra one somewhere. So I'm going to have another look around and just make sure that that one hasn't rolled out of the bag somewhere. So I'll have another look. But yeah.
Yeah, knowing you, it's probably halfway down the M1.
Yeah, it could be anywhere. And that's the thing, you know, when you're between two houses so often.
Actually, could it be at Mum's?
Don't think so. I think I picked everything up, but we'll see. I'll have a look in the back of the car and see if it's rolled out anywhere there. It will be nice if I can finish the fingers today, because then I won't feel as cumbersome, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because you can see knitting like this is a bit of an experience. But it's just one of those things. But I love the effect. I absolutely love the effect of this. So I'm sure I will knit another one, and maybe the next one may be more of a plain one, so you can see the detail a lot more. But the one that they did it on was very, very jazzy. And I will say that, you know, when there is a pattern repeat and you keep going and it says plus knit one, you think, well, I've got 2 left. Why? So the pattern, it doesn't appear to be perfect, but I just keep on going and the pattern looks fine to me. But when you're doing that many repeats, it's quite easy to have a little mistake, isn't it? And I know I'm right, because then on the next row, it works out perfectly. So, we're 59. We're just about 11 o'clock. Oh, wow. So we'll have a look at Hazel Tyndall and see if we can get some. We'll try and get in touch with Hazel, actually, because it'd be quite nice to get.
Yeah.
Shall we?
That's an idea, yeah.
Yeah, let's try and get in touch with Hazel. And if nothing else, if there's anything from her like array of stuff that we can use in the show, you never know. But let us know what questions you'd like answered if we can get in touch with Hazel. And yeah, and Brigitte, I'm glad you enjoyed the Whitney song. Hope my muscle recovers soon. Oh no.
She hurt herself while dancing.
Oh, I hope you're better soon. Oh, I'm so sorry. Deborah, lovely to see you on eBay from the USA. Hazel is a guild member. Ooh, fabulous. So we'll have a look at that and see. So anyway, lovely to see you all. It is 11 o'clock.
Yes, and I need to dash because I've got to be in Milton Keynes 12. So, bye everybody. Have a lovely weekend. I'm not sure when I see you. I may see you. I'll definitely be here Wednesday. I don't think I see you until then, though. But
Okay,
anyway,
then.
I'll see you whenever I see you. Angela, you're back on Monday?
I'm back on Monday at 10 o'clock. And please share with us. I would love to see the gingerbread house, Linda, that you are going to make. So whatever you're doing for the next day or so, let us know, post in the chat, in our Facebook group, and see you on Monday at 10 o'clock.
Bye, everyone.
Take care. Bye.